Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of a laboratory inquiry. This audio podcast is part of a Helm in BackRow. This audio podcast as part of a Helm and Rudder. This audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production. In this audio podcast, now looking at sort of a sort of as part of the previous or as part of the previous audio podcast in this series of this edition, now looking at sort of the analysis, or at least the analysis and justification for approach in line to utilizing ICA, or inductive content analysis. So inductive content analysis, or ICA, as a methodology, is a systematic and objective means of describing and quantifying phenomena. Inductive content analysis, or ICA, is also known as a modality, a methodology of analyzing documents. Inductive content analysis also allows investigators or investigating teams to test theoretical issues to enhance understanding of data. And it is assumed that when classified into categories, words and phrases, ICA versus other sort of analysis approaches are aligned to sort of qualitative methodology, allows or prompts meaning in line to the data in line to data collected. So in regard to ICA and the basis of analysis, so interview data is initially presented thematically, and thereafter analysis involved an added basis implementing ICA to contextualize qualitative data collected. ICA also helps understand context of relating health understand context of relating healthcare service providers and healthcare service users. And since the research was multifaceted, a theoretical and coding framework with ICA phrases helped highlight understanding surrounding CKD, or surrounding around CKD, according to public health and education needs for healthcare service users to contextualize. ICA process of analysis. ICA was implemented in this peer-reviewed and published works from 2023, because there have been little or no sort of a prior knowledge contribution to research that sought to answer questions, but also what had been highlighted in literature is that there is where knowledge surrounding education is fragmented. An ICA approach had been recommended based on where when literature has informed that where in around healthcare education and services, an ICA approach had been recommended. The categories were derived from the categories are derived from data in ICA, and researchers are prompted or encouraged to understand in some level of detail sampling considerations before selecting a unit of analysis. In regard to ICA application, so inductive content analysis has notably been applied across several areas in health research investigations. In broad context, ICA can be applied to also help understand and explain patterns and sequences of qualitative data. It thus helps investigators and audience to appreciate conditions across dataset. Researchers implement ICA to obliquely or unambiguously researchers implement ICA to obliquely or unanimously generate theoretical suggestions. In around the ICA or inductive content analysis measurement of error. So ICA is a sort of a tool to help assess both intricate and fragmented questions of a very specific type. Investigations that seek or sought to implement ICA or subcategories thereof is where potential uncertainty can arise if against research question, hypothesis, or conditions being investigated. Measurement of error have been or sought to be applied implementing guidelines summarized by authors in works published in works that have been published, thus through sort of preparation, organization, and reporting phrases accordingly. So overall, sort of in around the justification for ICA or inductive content analysis approach, having become acquainted with sort of the transcript data, software allowed generating of initial codes for ICA. Software also provided opportunity to classify, sort, and arrange transcript context, and thus allowing time to analyze, glean insight, and overall develop conclusions. Using the coding, using a coding density facility on software or through software was particularly helpful because this supported sort of the tracking of analysis for ICA and semi-structured topic guides were to help prompt data collection across participant cohorts. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast as part of a laboratory inquiry. This audio podcast as part of a Helm and BackRow. This audio podcast as part of a Helm and Rudder. This audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production.